Welcome to Automate Code Quality. I'm Dave. I'm going to be taking you through the course. This course is going to take you through implementing static code analysis tools to measure and automate the quality of your code. So whether you're a one-man or one-woman coding shop and you're writing applications for your customers or for yourself, or if you've got 10 or 15 or 50 developers that you're responsible for or that work with you, and you're working on an application that's got 500,000 lines of code and it's 15 years old maybe, you can use these tools to make your code better. So we're going to look at tools that plug into your development environment, and we're going to look at tools that you can put into your build process where you'll do a static code analysis, you'll do a scan of the code to make sure that it follows best practices, to make sure it's consistent, to identify bugs, vulnerabilities, technical debt, and you'll get dashboards that'll allow you to measure that over time. And the really cool thing about it is if you do have a lot of code that's really old, and there was that guy that worked here a few years ago and everybody says bad words when they have to work on his code, you can actually go in and say, all right, I have to work on this method. We got to make some changes. I'm going to go look in my tools here to see what problems already exist, and I'm going to clean those up while I'm in there. So I don't have to go through every line of code and clean it up all at one time, but incrementally, as we're naturally working on projects, building new features, things like that, we can make sure that the quality of the code improves over time. And it's really helpful, especially if you have a big team, especially if you have a distributed team. We know that people like to use different coding styles sometimes. This helps to enforce some coding styles as best practices, how we should do things, make sure everybody's using the same rules. And ultimately, it helps us to get better code at the end of the day. So through the course of our lessons here, we're going to talk about why we should measure and automate code quality by way of introduction. I'll take you through the overview of the course, and then we're going to write some really bad code, or I'm going to write some really bad code. Really bad code. And then we're going to go through the process of implementing each one of these tools individually to clean it up and see the code get better. And then we're going to set up a SonarCube cloud instance so that I don't have to run a server, or I don't have to install or configure anything manually. I can simply get my build process set up so that the code gets scanned at any point in time there. And then I have a dashboard that'll show me what my technical debt is and how many bugs and how many vulnerabilities and how is it improving or getting worse over time, and where are my hotspots? Where are the places where I really need to go spend some time and focus? So we'll take a look at those things. And really, when it comes down to it, the course is going to be about an hour or so to get through all of this. And then you'll have a few hours of work to spend for you and for your development team to get all the stuff installed, set up the SonarCube scans, those types of things. So you'll put a little bit of time into this up front, but when it comes down to it, if you can catch one bug before it makes it to production, or even before it makes it to test, you're probably going to get that time back just from being able to catch those things before it happens. And what do you do with that time? Well, you go build new features and you do the cool stuff that we all want to do as developers. So let's go ahead and get started.